I'm talking about. I ain't gonna lie, this poet, all right. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie, that thing all right. So I ain't even
I told you
gonna cat.
I was halfway
I ain't
done and my
even
eyes
gonna
was
Oh
like
Lord.
bloop. I was like, wait a second, this thing kind of
Oh
strong.
Lord, yo.
Then
I
I put the
forgot how
ice
Not the
and it
people
got
strong.
that's
stronger. I
sipping
said,
on that
wait a
can
second, this
report.
thing magic.
You better slow down.
I got
Magic.
half bottle left. You know
Tell
what
them you
I'm
better
talking
slow
about?
down.
All right. So I got this. So next up, you know what I'm saying? We got Miss Kimber. Please do not call me Kimberly. Keep your dusty ass away from me. Day in this spot. Tell people what's up with you. Y'all talking about what's going on.
Okay, it's a support system. What role do support systems, family, friends, community play in maintaining your mental health? Well, I will say, first of all, like the number one rule is that it's not their job to maintain my mental health. It's my job to maintain my own mental health. But I will say that in having a support system, my family does they definitely help me, especially my spouse, being the type of person that I am. I know that I have major depression disorder, that I have extreme anxiety disorder. I have things wrong with me and I acknowledge it. Like, and instead of my family making me feel like less than, like they support me, like, you know, like they
Excuse
don't
me.
put me down when sometimes, like if I have an anxiety attack, like sometimes I'm out with my husband and you know I think that I'm able to do something and I'm like, you know what, like I'm feeling sick, like I changed my mind, I want to go home. And sometimes that's not the funnest for other people, but that's my reality, you know, like, and it is what it is, like, and it's definitely, it feels good and I feel comfortable to go more out of my system and to stay out sometimes more when I have people who are not going to make me feel guilty for being who I am, because it's not like I just woke up and decided to be this way. Like of course I tried, but you know, like I am who I am. And sometimes people, they don't have that support, and you know, it's embarrassing sometimes, but I'm definitely grateful for having my friends to talk to. Like if I have like an episode, my family, my husband, and I feel like what my daddy's child said definitely is true. Like I feel like women do need to be more supportive of women because it's easy to be a fucking mean girl and be a bully, but like you don't know what somebody's path is. Like it's easy to sit here and judge somebody, but you don't know what their upbringing, you don't know every single window and avenue of what somebody went through. And it's easy for you to sit there and be like, oh well, she looks a mess, she's always looking this way and she's always looking that way and her house is this. Like, well, she takes care of her grandmom. She's a single mom. She works 3 jobs and she's still taking care of all these people. So of course she looks fucking crazy. Like she's fucking working hard. Like sometimes it's easy to sit there and point your finger, but you don't know everything that that person is doing. And I feel like a lot of the times, you know, like Miss Priss, like she's talking and she's like, I'm sorry. Like sometimes we feel guilty for how we feel. And we feel like people don't understand us and we like punish ourselves. Like, and you guys get that guilt. Like every mom I know has a guilt. Like you're not a good enough mommy. You should be doing better and you should be doing this and you should be a better woman. Like, no. You should be who you are. You should appreciate yourself. Give yourself a little bit of grace and slack. I feel like every woman should give the next woman a little bit more grace and slack because we are our biggest enemy. Like we like tear ourselves apart. Like, and we need to stop doing that.
Okay. All right. Sheree, what you got for us?
Um, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
What role support? Um, like I said earlier, keep the type of people and environment that you create and people that you keep around you definitely plays a major part in your mental health, which affects your emotions. Um, if it's just like a plant, when you have dead leaves or something on it, if you keep that dead leaf on there, it'll start affecting, or like fruit, if you have one rotten fruit and the other fruits around it, it starts to manifest onto the other fruits, right? So that's the same way when you're picking people and environments to be around. If you're not a pew pew toting, drug dealing type of person, then what the hell you going to the after hours or to what are you going in those environments for? You get what I'm saying? And then look crazy when your ass is locked up and shit, but you put yourself in that environment. Or if you're going around a clique of women, since we're talking about women, and you know they're already backbiting and done been talking about each other, why the hell are you submerging yourself in that energy? Because you think you're not going to be talked about, and so then now you're in the midst of a whole bunch of unnecessary drama. And I always look at stuff when it starts to get chaotic in my life. I was not going through this shit a week ago. I always say that when something chaotic happens, I was not going through this shit a week ago. What needs to leave? What is causing this disturbance right now? Oh, all right. Sally Mae, Sue, bitch, you gotta go. At this point, I'm not even saying that. And this is a cold block, remove, delete, we good. And I'm going to restore my peace again because I don't want to be in bickering. I don't want to be in gossiping. I don't want to be in none of that shit. Coco mentioned it earlier about us being in this competition for what? Honey, if you out here single, men like ice cream. They don't give a fuck about the flavor. They really don't. So, bitch, be the best flavor you could be. Okay? I am not going to compete with you. And if I already have a man, I'm not worried about it because I ain't bringing your monkey ass around my shit. So we cool on that department. But it's like the competition is, I've never been that type of girl, young lady, chick, woman. Bitch, I'm me. And you are you. You understand? May the best motherfucker win. That's all I can say with that tip right there. So we're not going to sit there and do the competition business. It should be more of an embrace how to make us even look better. We should be trying to make each other look more sexier, more better, more this, more that, be more mentally strong, be more emotionally strong. We should be creating and cultivating those type of environments and still be able to hold each other accountable because I'm not with the wretched shit. I'm not your wing girl. If you out here cheating on your man, that's your motherfucking problem. Don't invite me in that shit because my face, even though I may not say nothing, if that motherfucker asks me a question, my face is gonna snitch on you. So don't even have me in your bullshit. I'm not that friend. I'm the friend that's gonna, well, did you try talking? Did you try this? Did you try that? Maybe give it some time. I'm the one that's trying to keep you in your relationship, even if I'm single. I'm not the one to try to break up anything that you got going on in your life that could be positive. But if you fucking up, I am also that one to let you know you fucking up. It's just being a normal person. How can women build a stronger? And I summed it all up in one. Stop being in competition with each other. And I say bitch with love. Bitch, that's your pussy. You clean it. You sanitize it. You make it smell like flowers. You maintenance that motherfucker. Focus on your shit. Don't focus on mine. That's how I feel about it when it comes to women. That's why I end up being to myself, because it ends up being an energy of turncoat. Because for whatever reason, people, when we want to take it out of a gender, whatever this mindset of, I don't want to see the next person level up past me. But we in two different lanes, motherfucker. Two different lanes. I do this, you do that. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, bitch, see what you can do to enhance my shit, and I'm gonna see what you do to enhance your shit, and we'll be the biggest, bestest pussies in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's what we doing, having a pussy conversation, competition, whose is bigger than whose, just like how men do. Y'all excuse my language, but let's just be real. That's why I don't. If you ever seen a group of women when they walk in packs, you could tell who the leader is because she the motherfucker that's up front. You know who the do girl is because she the one that's opening the door. You know who the co-signer is because she on the left hand side and the rest of them like we walk in flanks. I'm the one that come late to the motherfucking party because I open my own goddamn door and make my own motherfucking entrance, bitch. I'm not following after y'all. Know how to be a woman to stand on your own shit and have your own throne, but still be able to collaborate and interact with other queens around this motherfucker. It's really simple. It's really just being in your own fly and loving yourself like that. I land my plane.
Dang. I want Jamie Marie.
There's a lot of pussy talk, wasn't it?
I wasn't prepared for that one. I wasn't prepared for that one. I was not prepared for that one. Miss Jamie Marie, what you got for me? Is she there? We'll go to the Coco. We'll come back to her. I don't know what happened with MJ. See if I can get her back in here. You wait,
I'll
Coco.
go.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
So the role that support systems play in maintaining your mental health. So I think that support systems are very, very important because, you know, regardless of what you're going through, whether it be having a hard day parenting, having a hard day just getting through things, I just think that you just always need somebody to be able to call upon, you know, be able to talk to, and you know, even if they just listening, you just always need somebody. And I believe that your support system may not be what you might think it should be, or your support system may not include the people that um, you feel like should be supporting you. So I just feel like just be grateful for the people that you do have because that is your support system. Whether you know you have whether it's one person, two, or a multitude of people, you know, I just think that support systems are, especially like when raising children, um, you know, they tell us that it takes a village to raise a child, and I don't know who said it earlier, but it just I think Jamie said it like we as though like when you become a mom, it's just like you have to deal with it. It's just like you got to deal with it, or you know. But you telling me to deal with this, and whole time it's killing me mentally, you know, physically and emotionally. So like, I think that you know, just like I said, whether regardless of who it is, just be grateful to have somebody, you know, because you don't want to not have nobody. Because having nobody for a support system, um, that's a whole nother different challenge. You know what I mean? Because then you have to be your own support system. And so, how can women build stronger support? And basically, like you know, like it's you got to stop the competition. We got to stop, uh, you know, the competition within ourselves. Even just like I don't know what the men and women beef is, but it gotta stop. Whatever that is, because I feel like ultimately, whether man or woman, like how we how we handle each other's mental health, it's just like you know it balances each other out. So if somebody else's mental health is not doing good and you ain't doing good mentally, you know that's not good. Period. You know somebody got to be there to just because every day not a good day. So I just feel like we just need to start sticking together a little bit more. Like somebody said earlier, like call. I think it was Savvy, like somebody, like call your friend. Don't let them have to call you. Call them. Just to check on them. Hey, I was just checking on you to see how you was doing today. Make sure you was alright. You okay? Just stuff like that. So, I just think that we just need to basically come together more, not just women. We need to come together more, just period, because a man's mental health affects us too. So we need to also help our men with their mental health. We need to help ourselves. And, I mean, yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, before we go to Miss Priss, let me see if Jamie here yet. You there, Jamie?
I'm here.
Okay, all right. So it's on you,
What
and
role
then we'll go
do
to Miss Priss.
okay, what role do support systems play in it? They help a lot, you know what I'm saying? But they can help in a positive way and in a negative way. I forgot who said it, but it depends, negative help looks different. You know what I'm saying? Like it may look like they helping you, but they not. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be
Right.
codependency. You feel me? Like I had a good support system. Now it was crazy. My family, they didn't really support me in my mental health, but I look back, they couldn't even support their own mental health. You get what I'm saying? Especially when it's 20 years ago, especially with African Americans, it was like we didn't have the language, we didn't have the understanding, and we were still trying to figure it out. And most people didn't even want to go. They were like, girl, I ain't trying to go to no girl. I'm all right. I got God. You know what I'm saying? And can't nobody tell me nothing. So it was that type of mentality, you know? But when it came to my kids, which was crazy, well, I can't hear. I don't know if it's somebody got their, it's somebody background.
Well,
So all I know is that, but it was crazy though. Even though I had my kids young, I had a lot of people that actually like was there for me when it came to my kids, but it still wasn't like good help because I ain't gonna lie, I was young, so I was still able to run the streets if that makes sense. So grandma had my daughter, my sister, she had my daughter. My sister lived next door to me, and my mama lived in the front apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, so where I should have been taking that time to get myself together, I was like, oh, I could still run the streets. You know what I'm saying? And then each kid I had, and then if those times I lost my apartment and stuff like that. Even though mama cussed me, I don't want you to stay here. Me and her grandbabies were still there, you know. So I thought that was help. That wasn't the right help. So that's what I'm saying. It was codependency. But when it became the right type of help for my mental health, is when I decided to go for therapy. When I decided to go for therapy this year, I was so happy to see the smile on my kids' face because they was like, for real, Mom, you finna do it? Especially my older kids, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a tough relationship with them because they had a mama, but they had I was like their home girl. Then one minute, I couldn't stand my kids, you know what I'm saying? One minute I didn't like them. I went through all these, emotions. So they was happy like, damn, she really doing it. So to see my kids happy, like how your session go, you know what I'm saying? Like that support right there really meant a lot for me because now I feel like I'm breaking chains because my mom, she didn't go to, she refused therapy several times for the trauma she went through growing up. So it was so bad that her mental health declined. So she started having like signs of schizophrenia and early dementia. You know what I'm saying? And so I started seeing my behavior patterns starting to mimic hers through over time. So I was like, hell no, not like that, but I was like, hell no. But I really got in my prayer, like I refuse to go through this. So I'm like, I'm gonna break generational curses, and I was like, I'm gonna go to therapy, because I didn't want to do the same thing. Because when my mom went through this, she was extremely abusive because her mind wasn't right. So she got to the point where she hated her kids, And I was like, damn, I keep seeing myself doing the same things with my children. Let me deal with the trauma instead of taking it out on my babies. So going to therapy and seeing my kids happy, the support system is cool. Do-ragging away. How can women build stronger support networks for mental health? I think we have it within us. but I forgot who said it. We just mean girls. I don't know why we mean girls by default. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's in us. But I just feel like we got to get out of that. I don't know if it's a battle that's within ourselves or stuff we went through when we were children. But I feel like once we get out of that, we could be a very strong system. And then when we do have a support system, this is my biggest thing. If I tell you something, everybody and mama don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? It should be some confidentiality. You feel me? If you tell me something, I should be like, okay, sis, it should be a safe space. I don't need to take that time and be like, girl, I just got off the phone with so and girl, she going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, she called me talking about she finna do it. You know what I'm saying? She finna do it. She finna do it. You know, she finna end it all, you know? And it's sad because a lot of times you can't really call people and confide in them because you don't know who's really your friend and who's really your foe. You know what I'm saying? So that not like that, but that fuck up, excuse me, it fuck up your mindset too. You like, damn, I just told this bitch all this stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna do it, you know? So, like, we need to really be a safe space and be, you know, keep stuff confidential. You know what I'm saying? Where people can already feel a place where they can open up. Because a lot of us can't even open up to our family, let alone we don't even have the tools to even open up and even speak as adults, you know, because we was told shut up or we were silent when we were younger. So that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. All right. So Miss Priss is you, then Sabby BT, and then Killer.
Awesome. I love the jokes too. I tell a lot of jokes. I feel like joking through some trauma is good. I don't want to be serious too long, so I appreciate some jokes. What role do support systems, family, friends, community play in maintaining mental health? So everyone has said, like, you know, a lot of the main key ones, and I want to add one basically to, you know, what everyone else has said, and I think that is deterring loneliness. I think that loneliness is like it's a silent unaliver, right? Like it's creeps in depression and a lot of overthinking, doubt. It's just it's not good, obviously, for your overall mental health, and it's very hard to overcome when you just feel alone, like you just don't have anybody, and it's, you know, that shit is tough, and I felt like that a few times here recently. Like I feel like I just don't have anywhere to turn to. I feel like you know, sometimes you end up feeling like a burden sometimes to your friends and your family, the people that are supposed to be your support system, but sometimes it's just, you know, they've all got their own crap going on, and you kind of feel like a burden, and then you just get lonely, and then there's just no one there, and it's, yeah. Anyways, I think that's one role that having a good support system can do for you, is having those friends that, I think, so I don't know who said it, but like, you know, when they notice that, you know, you've been quiet for a little while, those friends that reach out and like, you know what, I ain't heard from, oh, my name's Casey, by the way, like, you know, I ain't heard from Casey in a hot minute, like, let me reach out, like, you know, just thinking about them and check on them. And so anyways, I'll move on. How can women build stronger support networks? Honestly, guys, I don't really have a lot of I don't got a lot of suggestions for that, or any way that I would love. I mean, I want to hear more. I know there's more people behind me that want to hear what they've got to say about it, because I don't really know how we can do it. I'd love to know, because like we all said, we're not in high school anymore. Like we should be out of the mean girl phase. And if you're not, then, you know, you need to see a therapist, you know, do some self-reflecting and figure out why you still being a mean girl. Because that's, you know, that's a lot of, I don't even know what puts that into us. I think someone was asking, I don't know why we're mean girls. You know, some of us move on, some of us don't. But anyways, I'll stop.
Okay. Savvy BT on.
Hey, yes. So support system. What role do support systems play? Man, if I had not had, I didn't have a family support system. I don't have it. I'm not going to have it. It's not happening, right? But I do have really good friends who got me through. I remember particularly one day, and we're still friends to this day, when I was early on going through things with my son. I was going to unalive. And I don't know how he knew to come over. He like I said, don't ask. He didn't ask. He had called me out of the blue just to check on me. You know, how you doing, girl? What's up? And I came to the door and I just fell apart. And legit, if he had not come over, like he said something in my voice, just triggered, like, nah, something's off with her, right? And literally, I was planning to unalive that night. I never reached out. I never said anything to anyone. So to this day, because my friend was there, I'm alive, and my child is alive. So it's so important to have these strong friendships of people who know you, not know you, they know you. Do you understand the difference? Because we can have a lot of acquaintances, but not everyone is going to know when, you know, Kimber is off. Not everyone's going to know when something in Marcus's voice ain't right. But people who know you are going to pull up when they hear that. They're going to be like, wait a minute, nah, stop everything, stop the presses, something's wrong. And I remember being on the floor. I was so deep in my depression that I was on my knees on the floor crying. Like, that's how bad the depression had got me down. So that's the type of people you need in your life, is the ones who know you. My community, I wouldn't say so much my community, but I would definitely say friendship. To this day, I have lifelong friendships that I can call them and they'll be like, hey, what's going on? Like, you know, I've just recently I went through stuff with my weight loss surgery, and I was just tanking, and I was in the hospital twice after the surgery. And my one friend Eileen, she, again, these are people who know you, right? She's known me for over 20 years. She saw the post on my social media that I was back in the hospital. I didn't have to call her, she called me. Y'all, when I say I ugly cried, I mean ugly cried, right? Just the hiccuping and then you know, just horrible girly snot dribbling, you know. Just like, and then just the horrible ugly girly crying. And if you're a woman, you get it, right? We've had this ugly, horrible, snotty, runny nose, eyes watering red, looking like the Flintstones gone wrong girly cry. This is horrible. But she was there and she was like, it's okay, I got you, what's going on, you know? And my girlfriends, like, I have one girlfriend, yes, Miss Chris, I could win the Oscar for the girly cry, because when I'm in my feelings, it hurts. Like, it hurts. I will make you cry. You're like, I don't even know what's wrong with me, and I'm crying. It's pitiful. But yeah, definitely my girlfriends have my back through this whole process. They check on me, and it's beautiful. And then they helped me maintain my mental health, because I couldn't get through this life without them. There's no way. It's not going to help. And then how can women build stronger support networks for mental health? Gosh, I agree with what a lot of the ladies have said about not being jealous, not being backbiting. Don't be that girl. Be a girl's girl. Also, here's a big one. And I see women do this all the time. In fact, I was just on another creator's live. I'm going to turn my camera back on. Sorry, I had to feed my dog and stuff, you guys. But I'm back now. So I was just on another live, right? Ladies, when all your friends are telling you he ain't no good, we need to listen. As women, like, I was appalled because, like, this girl was in the box, right? And all the women were like, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Girl, you need to leave that alone. Just leave it alone now. It's a red flag. She made excuses for every red flag. No, if your girls are saying, right? Like, if they're saying, if other ladies are saying, hey, something's going on, something's not right, you know, this, don't make excuses for it. Pause, take a step back and listen, right? Also, we need to be more accepting of each other's failures. How many times have we seen a woman take a hit, and instead of women surrounding her and lifting her up, they surround her and feed on her like a pack of rabid dogs, tear her up from limb to limb, no remorse. And I have a problem with that. And I am brave enough to say, before I was in my healing of myself, did I take part in that? Yes. Like I said, my healing journey, I'm authentic and I'm raw. I'm going to call myself out before I call anyone else out. But it was because at that point in my life, guess what? I didn't feel too great about myself. So to deflect, right? To deflect from my own insufficiency, it was real easy to jump in on the dog pile. But that's not that woman anymore. I'm proud to say that I've done work. I'm still doing work, right? And now I'm the girl's girl. So now if you try and dogpile on another girl, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. It's interesting how we all living in these glass houses, you know? Allow people the space to grow. Understand that you might have known a woman at a different address and she's changed, and give her that opportunity to prove it. I think a lot of times as women, once we have fallouts with each other, and again, I'll call myself out for this, because when I tell you, listen, you guys, okay? I am the queen of petty. I will hold a grudge until we are 100 if you have crossed me, and I'll remember that shit, right? So I am actively working on forgiveness when a woman has crossed me, okay? And I will do it in the most salty and petty and effortless way. I will wait until you are looking like a fool and be like, like, I know that's in me, so I watch it, right? And the funny thing is that the universe tested me, right? I had somebody come to me about 2 weeks ago and share with me that they're going through a similar thing of what I went through at one point, right? I'm not going to share exactly what it is, but the old me probably would have taken salt and just poured it in the person's wounds and been like, how's it feel? Oh, now you're walking a mile in my shoes. The new me was able to take a step back and be like, you know what?
Oh,
I need to give. Nice gift. Congratulations, Marcus. Way to go. That was a whale of a present. So, like, the new me, I was able to take a step back and be like, damn, okay, here's an opportunity for me to extend my compassion, my understanding, my love, because I've been there. And there's a phrase that I just learned. It came to me 2 weeks ago, and I've been sharing it. And there's been so many moments now where I've been able to share it. And my phrase now, like, this is like legit my phrase for 2024. And it said, keep your boundaries firm, but your heart open. Or keep your heart open, but your boundaries firm. Meaning, give space to love people, but don't let them use you, right? Don't let them harm you. But you have to also keep your heart open for the forgiveness and for the change. I think that's what I've learned the most is forgiving, right? So how can we support each other as women? Forgiveness, compassion. Sometimes it takes a lot to extend that olive branch. Now, I'm not saying be a fool. Keep your boundaries, but keep your heart open. Landing my plane.
on. Wait, what you got for us? Wait.
I think with the support system thing, we have to be open to actually having one. Because like I was saying before, as women, especially as single mothers, we tend to get into this hyper independence mode where we're used to relying on ourselves and not asking others for help, not really expressing how we're feeling or what we're going through. I know I most certainly do that myself. I'm very, even when it comes to ridiculous things like moving a piece of furniture, I won't ask for help doing that. I'll drag that bitch down the stairs alone.
but yeah, like, to get that support system, sorry, um, to get that support system, we have to actually ask for it. We have to seek it out. We have to be open to it. And getting to that point is something I struggle with. I'm getting a little bit better, but it's difficult. And what's the other part? Sorry, Marcus. How can women build stronger support networks for mental health? I think, and something that I've really learned over the past couple of months with building, I guess, friendships and support networks is you have to be careful with that you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people that I guess have the same values or a similar moral compass to yourself, because if you don't, there's just always going to be tension and friction there. And I've experienced that over and over again in connections that I've made. And I'm slowly learning. It's taken a long bloody time, but I'm slowly learning that I need to surround myself with people with similar values to me. Otherwise, it's just never going to work. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So next up, let me get my enemy in on the I'm talking about. Okay. So next up, we got Saray. Y'all already know.